gaming industry, and I worked for like wargaming. It's like AAA gaming company, and then I moved to casual gaming, mobile gaming, with my own and my background was in cryptography. So I have first like question for the just to check who playing video games, not video games, but okay. And who is in the blockchain professionally? And who do not own any cryptocurrency? 1, 2. Okay, good. So let's talk about the gaming. So what we have right now, it's like people who came to the ICO. Probably they like playing the game because they try to grab like money for easy. And this is probably the same as like what we have in the game. When we need to trade, it's probably the same as the game. You predict that market will go up or down, but then you don't know, and you just like gamble with your predictions. And if you return back to the traditional gaming, it's all start to the same roots. If you know what is like dopamine hormone, it's like when we expect something and we really like want something, and then it produces like dopamine hormone, and also let's say the same technique. You need to raise like dopamine hormone in the mind of the players, and once they are hungry, you say, okay, buy for 99 cents this new heart, a new diamond, or whatever. So this is the sell point where you monetize. And now if you return to the payment on blockchain, what is happening right now is just the beginning, and you do not see any like AAA companies or medium-sized businesses that are going on blockchain because there is no inventory, frankly speaking. The same as was in the VR market like a couple of years ago. And for AAA company, like an example, to build like new MMO, you need to spend, let's say, 20 millions, but then this like MMO will bring you, let's say, 100 million annually. But like crypto markets is really like small. And what we see right now is like disruption of people who are either in the blockchain and moving to the gaming. For people who are in the gaming, and like small indie studio or enthusiasts, and they building some custom games like Crypto Kitty, Crypto Beauty, Crypto Dragons, and so on, these collectible games. And it's not like kind of real games, it's more about the same as trading. So you need to buy, to collect, and then you pay for everything. And then you have like secondary marketplace for all this stuff, where you can trade just by the chance you expect that something can be higher or not higher. And in the gaming right now, what's happening is that there are no software tools, but there are incentives. And when market was flat, like in October, and the only way how you can, let's say, ask people to spend money on trading, it's gamification. So there is type of the game that simulate trading. And then again, now we have like some card, and your card will represent some pot, it represents some trading strategy. And through this gamification around trading, you can probably influence people to spend time and to spend the money in the game. In spite that in the whole market, in the trading, like people are not trading. That is why we see different type of the game in the crypto, with economy and just market around trading. Another type of the economy in the crypto gaming is that you print your money, you put some paper, like this paper, then you name it, okay, this is our like super gold inside the game. And when this gold is inside the game, you spend your time. You convert your time for the asset value that has value only inside the border of the game. And when we are going to blockchain, what it can help, it's even if a company shut down, you can extract this value out of the game and trade it to Ether or USD or whatever. So that means that your value is kind of saved not with the company that is central, but decentral. And there are games right now that has different game mechanic when you play and you're paid. So you play in the game, you spend your time, and then you can withdraw like and fix in Ether. So you have like what we have in crypto. You have like ICO that gather money from general public and have this money. Then we have like miners who mine and convert like electricity. And have like crypto gaming when you play the game and you earn. And this earning is based on paper, and when people believe it, that this is a valuable asset inside the game. That is what happened like in Second Life, where like 800 millions in assets, 800 millions in USD are all in virtual assets. But they're inside the game. But what blockchain helps is to extract this money from inside the game and spend on some like real like product, items, whatever stuff. You have some crypto token like crypto futures, you buy something, then you extract this money. So probably crypto gaming help people to earn money right now, and this will be some of the new future models that will help people to earn by playing games. And from June of this year, specifically in the US, there are new federal regulation about the game of chance. So in past it was illegal, so like betting was illegal in the US, and right now it's became legal, and I think it's like adoption from 3 to states. I think right now only like 6 states adopted this. So it means you can bet on sports and esports. And a lot of games right now is moving to have like player versus player, so that you can have your bets based on the odds. And you can do this in tokens. And then you earn. And people who play the game, they earn. People who make the odds, they earn. And it's made out of, let's say, out of the same system of belief as people started to believe in Bitcoin. So probably it's like new economy that didn't exist before in the game. Because in gaming, in past, you need to spend money when you buy your asset. But right now, it's like new type of the gaming that is reversed, so that you spend your time and you extract money out of the game. And in terms of what will be in the future, right now, like recent past years, like 17 and 18, we have the rise of the crypto kitties with really simple mechanics. We just like collect some stuff, trade some stuff. But right now we have like out of Williams work like all the Twitter beta game. They do also like betting or some like this like crypto cuties that put part of these like collectible games from the crypto kitties. They probably copied this and they added some different game mechanics. And in the future, these game mechanics will be more complex. Because once you put more complex game mechanics, people are not just, you know, like just trade. They will have also like aesthetic reason to play the game. Because right now, like, okay, you have some cards with some image, and at the same time, when we collect, when I was here, we collected different like stones, you know, different colors. But once it progress, we just live inside the game because it's kind of second life. So we replace our like real life experience with some experience that we can do in the second life. And there is a game named like Second Life. It's existed for years, and people like spend like let's say 100 hours per month there, and spending the real money there. Thousands of dollars per month. And in the future, what will be is that right now we have EOS blockchain, we have like Ethereum blockchain, and there are different like community, politically reasonable, they fighting. It was existing past when we have like App Store, Google Play, and community very divided. And in the future, what we will see a consolidation of community. And people will publish their game not only on one blockchain. Blockchain will be the same as App Store, let's say, because games will be independent of the App Stores. And middleware companies like Unity 3D or like Epic Games that develop specific software to help game developers to do, they will adopt this, and people will develop their game based on, say, Unity, and then they will publish to the EOS or like Tron or some other like blockchains. And blockchain agnostic games, it will be the future, because right now when you publish a game, let's say on Google Play and App Stores, you can write code once in the Unity and just like publish in different stores, and just you will save the time. And AAA gaming company will come into the games once they will see adoptions, because AAA gaming company right now, they're trying to stay away because it's the image of the brand, because we see a lot of speculation in the space. And what will happen probably, they will acquire some of the companies that are already in the place, company started did something good in VR, there was usually like acqui-hire, acquire the resources, or to acquire some IP. And this will be probably like during the next couple of years. Because all of this like AAA company, they're doing this in hidden, but they do not want to be in public right now because they think it can be a damage of their brand to be in the hidden. Probably just because of this like ICO stuff from the last year, because of a lot of like scam ICO. And they do not want damage of the brand like this right now. So they're waiting when all this like market will be clean. And right now it's business is actually a good time because it probably cleans the market. People who just wanted to grab like easy money through the ICO, but not going to deliver. And as Mike Navigat said, and some of the people that have seen it, so now it's the time to build a whole ecosystem really to do the business. Thank you, Lord. If you have some questions, then do maybe some dialogue.
If I can ask, I want to ask, at which site you want to have this blockchain games? I mean, it will be blockchain from centralized server, or it will be blockchain and gamers will be miners. I mean, speaking about this currency inside in-game currency that you can like transfer to real world, because like I just don't understand where this blockchain will be implemented. It will be like or like on servers of these authors of the game, and they will mine by themselves, and they will just distribute to the players, and players are like just kind of investors of their time, or players will mine by themselves, because like it creates some troubles with like centralized versus decentralized mining system.
So the question was like, where is this blockchain is like compared to the game? So there are right now already implementation of several games that they use just like Ethereum network to store the value of the assets that's inside the game. So it means that you can own your asset right now. In past, you do not own the asset. If company shut down, all your virtual assets, they can. But right now you can put this to the marketplace. So it's kind of like, let's say, exchange, or like say deposit, and you own your assets inside the game right now. The same as with crypto, you own it. Not ban, because you do not own your US dollars. You have the right to change US dollars to some goods.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, who mine this like these assets? I mean, player mine when he plays, or they are these assets are distributed like in a centralized way.
So there are games where player can create these assets. So it means that it's the same like user-based content generation games.
Yeah.
So player can create the like virtual goods and put into the game, and they can be used inside the game.
Okay.
But there are like games where you just like have, like right now, like when you think of the collectible games, it's probably the company who release, they release all these like assets, and player can buy them or trade them for the player.
Okay. And which proofs are usually used in such games? I mean, is it proof of work or proof of stake?
It's not about the game. So I say like there are games.
No, I mean
that
blockchain
that are running on several networks. They have like based on EOS, they publish it to Ethereum, and they're going to be published on the Tron. So they're independent on the blockchain. So they just like use different community. So you can think about the blockchain as application store, like App Store or like Google Play, with their own like user base. Some people like Apple, some people like Google, and it was the same holy war in past. But people who are on top, they just like use this marketplace or another marketplace to benefit.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have a question, actually. So a lot of these, you mentioned Second Life, and there used to be one called Dare.com, and there Entropia, based out of Europe. So a lot of these gaming platforms used to have an in-world currency, so like a virtual currency. What is going on with the gaming space that's visiting blockchain to provide an in-game currency that's based off of blockchain, because obviously this is a digital currency realm?
So I think, like as I said, I spoke with several AAA companies that came to me and read them. They decided not to convert the in-game currency to the cryptocurrency because of the legal aspects right now. because it's still not clear and like it's really high risk for the AAA game company to change the game mechanic of the current game. That is why you see when you have like virtual, let's say, walls in some games, and people cannot, let's say, hack account, there is no incentive for the hackers to hack account of the users because they cannot withdraw it inside. But once you change the blockchain, then there will be more incentive, but they need to do the whole game. And when you have, let's say, 100 million users, it's really like risky for you, and there are no benefits for the company. That is why like company is not interested usually to do this. That is why we do not see like AAA companies that are going like quickly into the game. That is why we see all these games they just like born out of the scratch with the new teams.
So are
you
they
need to redo your game mechanics and economy.
are they not entertaining tokenization, even if it's not converted to fiat or any other form of currency? Because that was one of the backbones of the gaming and virtual gaming environment, where they had an in-world currency. So that can easily migrate on in the gaming world, even if there is no migration to fiat. So they're not entertaining it at all.
There is legal risk because once you have something in games that you can this, and there are some legal aspects that probably you need to tax this. And this is like completely different because I know like in the past some of the companies they use the interim bond to do legalization of the game using the player base. But then they recognize that it's probably like tax avoidance. That is why it's not like easy game to change like a big game. But for new games, you use like different economy incentive. You can give like tokens and people can use money. Because right now, when you're in some, let's say, games, you develop your account and then you can sell your account to somebody else. So this is how you can transfer your value. This is how you can earn. So you develop your account, like you work, let's say, like several months, your account is, you know, like on some level, already have some achievements, some like assets inside, and then you sell your account to somebody else. This is how you can extract, let's say, monetary value out of your time playing the game right now. In the future, it's really easy because you own everything. You have like NFT token type, or you have like from endpoints, you have like a new standard for like and it's all about like you own your in-game virtual items and you can trade them on the exchange that is outside of the game. There are like a couple of exchanges that already doing this like trading of the in-game assets.
Awesome. Any other questions for Dmitry?
To select, the individual parties would select how they would transfer the asset to fiat in some form on their independent style through whatever trading platform. So it's their decision how to compensate for the level of growth on the game. So the individual, so if someone gets to a high level, they have value, then they individually select with someone else how to transfer that asset for another currency or fiat, whatever is independent.
Yeah.
To whatever.
If you're speaking about like
whatever.
About the agreement, that yeah, you decide because you can put if your in-game asset is like token that is like whatever like NFT or USC20, you transfer it. You can transfer this like independently of the like game.
Sure,
and the same actually like let's say NFT token, it can be used in some other games. These virtual items. Let's say you have some card from one game and you can transfer and you can build a game, use the same NFT tokens in some other games. And you can trade.
Independent, how we want to do it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because right now in traditional gaming, you're tied to the account. You cannot like extract this value for the external one. So probably blockchain, it's in that case, it's like a transport layer to connect with the virtual world and like real world. So you extract money, convert this to Ether or any other currency, Bitcoin, and then like you already like have monetary value from the outside. You can buy whatever you want, whatever you want. But in past, your options were like to sell your account, probably. But you cannot sell like one item. You can sell like some of the games that support like skins, and there is like skin trading already, but it's only for specific games.
Okay, awesome. Final question.
but it is suitable for both like MMO games. I mean, where people can trade with each other, because like as I see, it is assumed that inside game economy should be the same in different games. Because like if you're transferring this one token, and in one game it's worth like 10 times more than different game, it will create a disbalance when players can trade with each other and like break this assumed economy.
No, it's going to be different, because the idea is that you can trade independently out of the game. This is like one use case.
Yeah.
So I own some dragon, then I can sell this to Nick.
Yeah.
Game developers cannot prevent me to do this transaction at all. Yeah, independently. It's like 50 per transactions.
Yeah, but like
Even they cannot restrict me because it's on blockchain. And then he owns this without them. They cannot get this commission.
yeah, but
So
like
we transfer on the blockchain, we sell this transaction. But if you're speaking about usage of the same, let's say, assets in another game, it's more about like the other game developers who accept these assets.
oh,
Because it's also like affect not only, let's say, ownership, but also some visuals.
yeah.
Because right now it's like collectible games, they're more like board game. There are like a couple of game mechanics, like buy, trade, catch, or like then trading, or like some like fighting. So it's simple, just beginning.
Yeah.
All right, great. All right, so let's give it up for